everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Geeta Sharma. Hope you're in the pink of your health. In my previous video, I talked about one of the most beautiful pieces of poetry from the poet Robert Frost, and the poem was Dust of Snow. Today, I'll talk about another beautiful piece from the same poet, and the poem is Fire and Ice. I'd like to give an explanation, a simple explanation which can help you form important answers, including central idea or theme. Firstly, I'll read the poem for you and then I'll explain the theme and meaning that will give you some fresh perspectives and allow your creative thinking to write impressively. Let's read the poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of fate to say that destruction for ice is also great and would suffice. So that's a beautiful poem. And it is a poem with a profound meaning again. Because I believe with this masterpiece, the poet acted as a whistleblower long ago when he wrote this poem, since he informed us about the threats of our extreme traits of behavior, which will not only destroy us but the entire world. Hence, I would like to express my gratitude to Robert Frost, who understood nature profoundly and made us beware about the consequences of our extreme behaviors. Nonetheless, we didn't make any head or tail out of it. We didn't understand anything. Hope this video helps in revitalizing his motive to make us fathom the valuable insight of his poem. So let's hit the road. The theme or central idea of this poem is that humans must not use their powers given by nature destructively, as it's going to be catastrophic for the entire world. I'd like to remind us once again that we are made up of the five elements of earth, also known as Panchabhutas in Sanskrit, which are earth, prithvi, water, jal, fire, agni, air, vayu, and space, akash. These elements are considered fundamental building blocks of the universe. We are not only made up of them, but also we are going to assimilate into the same. As I mentioned in the poem Dust of Snow, that we are an inseparable part of nature. We are the part and parcel of it, like other creatures and components of nature. So it's our duty to preserve and enhance the ethereal beauty of nature. I'm afraid we are doing the opposite. Fire and ice, or you may say water, are two powers or benediction bestowed upon us by nature, since without them we can't survive. But the irony is that instead of making this world a better place for all by using them constructively, we are digging our own graves by causing devastation with our unstoppable wrong usage of these powers. To elaborate, here in this poem, fire symbolizes endless desires, avarice, greed, aggression, intolerance, impulsive reactions, fast pace of life, fast food, fast ways to earn money, and fast fashion. Whereas ice symbolizes hatred, passive attitude, indifference, holding grudges, envy, toxicity, and pretension. The poet mentions that some people claim that fire that symbolizes endless desires, greed, insatiable hunger, intolerance, and alike will consume the world. On the contrary, some claim that ice in the form of hatred, passive attitude will collapse the world utterly. The poet favors those who blame fire for the destruction, since he himself had been a victim of endless desires. Likewise, we all are, and feels convinced that fire is going to be devastating for the world. However, he warns us that if the world could end twice, then the ice has the same destructive force as the fire has. In short, we can't play the blame game that those who are intolerant and aggressive are going to bring the catastrophic end. Instead, we must know and accept that those holding grudges and hatred inside have the same capacity to make this world a disastrous place. So stop playing blame game. Accept it. As I said, that this isn't just a poem, but a whistleblower that warns us of the potential threat lurking inside us, hiding inside us. I hope an example will make it clearer. So let's take an example of fire as endless desires. Back in the days, people's needs were simple, and they were happy and content with the little they have to fulfill their needs. Nonetheless, nowadays the scenario is topsy-turvy. Now we need more money, more hunger, more clothing, more accessories, more buildings, more materials, and many more things. And the irony is, we still aren't happy and satisfied. We work tirelessly to get more and exhaust ourselves to death, but we never reach the goal of having more. Have you ever seen that somebody who wants more? Do you think like that person is satisfied? On the surface, the person might look happy and pretend to be happy, but inside, I think that person is really on fire, really in fire. He's burning inside. I believe you're wise enough to comprehend how this behavior is consuming Earth. More buildings is equal to more deforestation, more clothing, more wastage, more hunger, pollution, climate change, more killing of animals, and many other fatal or ruinous consequences. In short, we are not just creating an imbalance, my dear friends, but ruining the ecosystem absolutely. You may think about more such examples and write in the comments box. So this is your turn. I have already given you the example. I have given it a little bit explanation. A little bit is more left. So I will definitely talk about the ice example. But here you are supposed to write in the comment box about an example of fire which is making us realize how we are digging our own graves, and take the responsibility to hold the horses and get back to the square one, to hit the road with a vision that's going to support all beings under the umbrella of nature. Okay, moving ahead, now let's take an example of ice as an indifferent and passive attitude. The best example I could give you is from the epic Mahabharata. If you remember, when Draupadi was being humiliated in front of a big assembly, one of the most sagacious people, Bhishma Pitamaha, he didn't utter even a single word to stop that heinous crime. He portrayed the example of passive and indifferent attitude. He could have stopped the wrong, but he chose to be a victim as well as be a part of crime, though unintentionally. The consequence, we all know, was the biggest war in the history, that is Mahabharata. Having said that, I'd like to say that Mahabharata holds the greatest significance since it teaches us what not to do. Likewise, this poem is teaching us to stop having the wrong traits. Nonetheless, nowadays it has become a norm to let the wrong happen and do nothing or the worst to make content and take advantage of somebody's wailing, let alone help the victim. This extreme coldness is the harbinger of the catastrophic avalanche that will destroy the world. As I said earlier, you may think about more such examples for ice, and please write it in the comment box. It's not that I would love to read them. I think I will be able to learn from them, from your inputs. You will be able to learn from my input, and many others will get inspired. And I hope like they will be able to accept that we are actually digging our own graves and we are not supposed to use the benedictions that were given to us by nature. We are not going to use them destructively, and we are not going to make this world a place where nobody wants to live, or maybe like nobody will be there if we are going to make it like really catastrophic. I have learned that in this era, the good and the bad lives inside us. It depends on us what we choose to feed. Ergo, the decision is yours. Do you want to use your own powers for your benediction or for your culmination? You can choose. Remember, your extreme attitudes are not only destroying you, but the whole world. Understand and accept, evaluate your actions and introspect. Keep silent and do nothing harmful, since I want you to be mindful. Recall your true purpose as a human, and with your virtues and values, make this world a better place for all. I hope you will not just understand this description of the poem for an answer in your exam sheet, but you will remember that you won't feed your fire and ice in a destructive manner. Spread this message and be the change you want to see to make this world beautiful and ethereal. So that's all about the poem and its explanation. Hope you understood it. Thank you so much for listening and learning. If you have any queries, feel free to comment. I just want to say that take care of yourself and be the best version of yourself. I'll see you soon with another poem. Until then, keep learning and shining my stars, shine brighter with your wisdom and knowledge. And remember, don't trouble anyone, including yourself. Love and live. Have a great time ahead. Thank you again. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.